chapter 2, verses 1 to 24. And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim two spies secretly, saying, "Go view the land and Jericho." And they went and came into the house of a harlot whose name was Rahab, and lay there. It was told the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the land." And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, "Bring forth the men that are come to thee. They are entered into my house, for they are come to search out all of the land." And the woman took the two men and hid them. And she said, "Yet the men came unto me, but I know not whence they were." And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went I know not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had spread out upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way to the Jordan, unto the fords. And as soon as they that pursued after them were gone out, the gate was shut. And before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, "I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all inhabitants of the land melt away before you. For we have heard now how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you, when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were beyond the Jordan, unto Sihon and to Og, whom were utterly destroyed. As soon as we had heard it, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more spirits in any man, because of you. For the Lord your God, He is God in heaven above and on earth beneath. Now therefore, I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have dealt kindly with you, that ye will also deal kindly with my father's house, and give me a true token, and save alive my father, and my mother, and my brethren, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death." And the men said unto her, "Our life for yours. If ye tell this our business, and it shall be, when the Lord giveth us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee." Then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the side of the wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers light upon you, and hide yourself there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go our way. And the men said unto her, We will be guiltless of this thine oath, which thou hast made us to swear. Behold, when we come into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let down. By and thou shalt gather unto thee into the house thy father, and thy mother, and thy brethren, all the father's households. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house unto the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on her head, and any hand be upon him. But if thou utter this our business, when we will be guiltless of thine oath, which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, According unto your word, so be it. And she went, and she sent them away. And they departed. And she bound the scarlet line in her window. And they went and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers were returned. And their pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. Then 2 men returned and descended from the mountain, and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun. And they told him all that had befallen them. And they said unto Joshua, Truly the Lord hath delivered unto our hands all the land, and moreover all the inhabitants of the land do melt away before us. Blessings after the Haftorah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zir kol ha'olamim, zedik v'kol hadarot, ha'el ha'ne'aman ha'omer v'oseh, hamdeber u'mkayim, shekol devarav emet v'sadak, ne'aman atah hu Adonai Eloheinu, v'ne'amanim devarakam, v'davar echad midvarakam, akor lo yeshuv rekom, ki hi beit melech ne'aman atah, baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'ne'aman b'kol devaraka. Amen. Blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, Rock of all eternities, righteous in all generations, the trustworthy God, who says and does, who speaks and fulfills all of those whose words are true and righteous. Trustworthy are you, Hashem, our God, and trustworthy are your words. Not one of your words is turned back to its origin unfulfilled. For you are God, trustworthy King. Blessed are you, Hashem, the God who is trustworthy in all his words.
Amen.
Rakim al Zion, ki hi beit ka'inu, vela aluvat nefash tishiyam, b'mhera ve'amenum, baruch atah Adonai, mesamiyak Zion b'vneha.
Amen.
Have mercy on Zion, for it is the source of our life. For one who is deeply humiliated brings salvation. Speedily in our days, blessed are you, Hashem, who gladdens Zion through her children.
Amen.
Samkeinu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Eliyahu ha'novi avdeka u'malchus beit David mishikeka b'mhera yavo ve'agali beinu al kitolo Aki Solo, Yeshuv Yor, Veloyin Kalu Od Akarim at Kevodom, Kiva Shem Kere God Shekai Nishbatalo, Shelo Yekba, Yekbe Nera, Le Nera Lam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen David.
Amen.
Gladden us, Hashem, our God, with Elijah, the prophet, your servant, and with the kingdom of the house of David, your anointed. May he come speedily and cause our hearts to exalt on his throne. Let no stranger sit, nor let others continue to inherit his honor. For by your holy name you swore to him and his lamp will not be extinguished forever and ever. Blessed are you, Hashem, shield of David.
Amen.
Al HaTorah v'al ha'avodom v'al hanvi'im v'al yom hashabat hazeh Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu lekdusha v'lemilka lekavod uti foret et hakol Adonai Eloheinu anaknu madim lak umvarkim otak Yit Barak Yit Shimka Befil Kai Tamid Le'olam Va'ed Barak Etah Adonai Magen Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
For the Torah reading, for the prayer service, for the reading from the prophets, and for this Shabbat day that you, Hashem, our God, have given us, for holiness and contentment, for glory and splendor, for all this, Hashem, our God, we gratefully thank you and bless you. May your name be blessed by the mouth of all the living, always for all eternity. Blessed are you, Hashem, who sanctifies the Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Baruch Hashem.
Torah reading.
Amen. Amen. Mazol Tov.
My mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And great honor to the men of the Beamer, including me, the child Shalom to the Hebrew Congregation.
You meant it. He said including me.
Getting up to this point took a hot minute. However, I still feel pretty righteous. I procrastinated during my studies and had to start from scratch, which is mostly my fault, but it ended up working out either way.
Amen.
Amen.
I probably wouldn't have gotten this far if it hadn't been for Mara Tamar, who's probably listening intensely right now.
Amen.
I learned a lot from her, including the meaning of a Bar Mitzvah. I got the definition of a Bar Mitzvah from my mother, father, and older brother. Album, which is father. It is a rite of passage from childhood to manhood, in which you take responsibilities emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Ima, a time when a child becomes aware of their role in this way of life and realizes how important they are to the continuation of our identity. An older brother. Son of commandment. I am the son that will and must perform the commandments by accepting that I have taken on the spiritual responsibilities, not of a child anymore, but of an adult. Today I read Mafsir for Parshat Shelach. It was about 12 spies roaming the land of Canaan and bringing back a cluster of grapes, pomegranate, and figs, to show evidence of lush and rich land. When the spies got back, 10 of the spies claimed that the land was uninhabitable because it consists of giants and warriors. Caleb and Joshua, 2 of the spies, said otherwise. They say that the land can be conquered because God has commanded so. The Israelites didn't believe Caleb and Joshua and decided to kill them. God intervened and decided to kill all the Israelites with a terrible plague due to their lack of faith in him and Moses. Moses persuades God to show mercy among the people. God then settles on not killing them, but not allowing them to enter not allowing that generation to enter the promised land in the next will. The 10 that tried to kill Caleb and Joshua by giving not false accusations of the land, but they were immediately put to death. When the Israelites went to Israel, they had to bring offerings consisting of wine libation, flour, and oil. And then towards the end of the reading, it talks about a man that was caught gathering sticks during Shabbat. He was put to death because on the Shabbat you cannot work, and gathering sticks goes into the category of work. That God commanded Moses in chapter 15, verse 38 to 39, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make throughout their generations fringes in the corners of their garments, and that they put with the fringe of each corner a thread of blue. It shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. Not only the fringes, but my kippah. Those were the 2 things that I always had, and I never left the house without it. This one time in elementary school, I got into a fight because some kid had taken my kippah off my head. I won incidentally. And another time in elementary school, I had lost one of my fringes and found it on my van on the way back home, but I didn't realize. Some kid picked it up, and I told him that I had lost it. even though that I literally had 3 other of them on the corners of my shirt. So he picked it up and said, I found it fair and square, and a bunch of other irrelevant stuff that I ended up getting fed up with, and fighting him for on the moving van. I got in trouble, but at the end of the day, I got it back.
Hallelujah.
I would also like to talk about trust. Trust is one of the prevalent themes throughout the Parsha. The Israelites didn't trust Joshua and Caleb when they gave their reports of the land, and that God told them to inhabit it. They didn't trust God and underestimated his power. Finally, in Moses' case, the Israelites didn't trust him since he took them out of Egypt, and some of them even said they would rather go back to Egypt where they were enslaved, which almost got them killed multiple times since they left. Since trust is what nearly killed the Israelites many times, you must always trust in God. When the Israelites trusted in God, many beautiful things happened. For example, when God opened the sea to let them get away from Pharaoh, and also when they won many fights and wars against other nations. And then when their trust was diminished, people were punished severely, costing them their lives. For example, when many people died because they ate the birds, they only died because they didn't trust that God would provide them with enough to survive through the hard times.
Yes.
Also, when that man was caught gathering sticks on Shabbat, he was killed because he didn't trust that 6 days was enough time to do all of his work. So he died. Other signs are the rainbow, when he flooded the earth because people stopped believing in him. So I thank you, God, for your holy Shabbat day, so that we may rejoice and be glad on it. But today is my Bar Mitzvah.
Yes, it is.
In conclusion, I would like to humbly extend my appreciation and to say thank you for believing in me, because with the help of God, all things are possible. So once again, I would give thanks to God who created all things and everything.
Yes.
For it is you, O God, who has trusted upon me on such a level of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And it is you, O God, who has charted my path. I would also like to thank my parents for veering off the literal, well-beaten path that they have made for me to live by. And I also thank them for making me study when I always didn't want to. Thank you to my family and my Beth Elohim family for always being there.
Tell them your name.
I am a holy Av, which means wisdom and